So good morning guys, and we're here in Chefchaouen. I'm actually here on my personal holidays. I'm not actually here to make content, but I'm going to make a little video for you today, and we're going to go around the top photo spots here in Chefchaouen, so join me. So good morning guys, from here in Morocco, Chefchaouen, up high in the Rift Mountains, and we'll start with just a couple of shots of the view from our roof terrace here. Very beautiful. But now what we're going to do is we're going to head into the Medina, and today's video we're going to take a look at the top photo sites for photographers. Now if you've seen the video previous, you'll know that Chefchaouen is painted completely blue, which makes it a very interesting and very attractive place for photographers and people making videos to come. So join me as we reach our first site already. Some of these sites you have to pay for, and the other sites they're free. Other sites it's donation optional. You've got to remember these are people's houses and shops, and you know, they made a great effort to decorate the streets and make the place look beautiful. So here we are at our first location. 40 pence that cost. Now as quick as that, we're coming to our second photo spot, and this one is probably the most famous of them all. If you have a look on Instagram or other places, you see this street a lot, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk down it and we're going to take our own photo. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go to 6 locations today. We're already on our second here, and we're going to make our way through the Medina, and yeah, just showing you the best places to take your photos when you come here. It's beautiful weather here, although it's very, very hot. It's 40 degrees. Sun is beating down. Some parts of the Medina are covered. Some parts aren't. Some parts of the Medina are covered by grapevines, which you will see in this video. I will be able to point it out to you. So here we go with our second location shot. As you can see, there's a queue. There's someone else behind me taking that photo. That was absolutely free. Our third location wasn't on the list, wasn't what I was trying to find, but I stumbled across. Well, I thought it was very beautiful. It was a great place for you to come and take your photos. I love the flags painted on the side here. You can see written on the steps as well, welcome in different languages. And that's a good point. We're here in July, and there's lots of tourists from all over the world, from as far as Japan. There's a lot of Americans, Canadians, European tourists, British tourists. So you know, I mean, the city is quite well known, but I reckon in 10-15 years time it'll be so well known, maybe tourism has a chance of having a negative impact here, as there's only 40 or 50,000 people that live in this city of Chefchaouen. Just want to film a lot of these paintings on the wall. Beautiful artwork here. It's very lovely to see. The paintings, which are going to feature often. There's a lot of paintings for sale of the town. I'm gutted I didn't get a chance to get one, so there we are. That's our third location. Here we are now at our fourth location. This is a beautiful street, also popular, and we did revisit this street in the last video in the winter, but the time we visited it wasn't so sunny, so it's nice to see it now in the summer, in the heat of the day, full light. I'll put a link in the description for my trip to Chefchaouen in March, as I detail the whole journey starting from Gibraltar. Anyway, let's make it up the stairs. Just want to show these beautiful buildings, and can you imagine living here? They probably take it for granted, but one of my favourite colours as well, actually, this. So yeah, very attractive town, and as well, being there you could see a lot of people filming, taking photos. There's one of the famous cats. They're absolutely everywhere, stray cats, and you're going to see them a lot. Just make sure they don't bite you. because there was a story in 2018 of a British man getting bit by a cat, and he contracted rabies and died. So yeah, just watch on that. But here we are to take our next photo. Number 3 now. Maybe we made a little bit of a mistake doing this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where it is 40 degrees here. As you can see, I'm absolutely roasted out of breath. But come on, let's find a couple of more sights to look at. So let's walk through the Medina and press on to our next site, our next chance to take a good photo with a magnificent backdrop. So as you can see, as we're walking through the streets, this is what I was talking about, the paintings of the city being sold everywhere, and when you put them up against the blue walls, it makes a very pretty picture. But here we are, we arrive in our next location. This is like a double location, because the streets down is also very pretty, very nice to take photos, but as well we're going to get to another famous Instagram spot. I've put the names there, they're written in both Arabic and Spanish, but I have put them in Spanish because I can't write in Arabic. So this is a youth hostel here, but it's painted very nice. Again, we filmed this street in the previous video when we visited in March. And there's a big difference, not only in temperature, in price as well, because all the tourists are here, so everything seems just a little bit more expensive than it was previously. But that's life, isn't it? If you go to a tourist spot, you should expect that, really. So here we are, we're coming to what I think is my favourite spot. I think it is very pretty. Again, it featured in the previous video. The only sad thing is, if you look on the left of the screen there, you can see where tourists have come and taken their photos and they've left their drinks. Good saying here. Basically warning the tourists not to bother the locals, although they are very friendly and very lovely people. So let's take a look. This is a beautiful street. As I say, we came here in the previous video in March and it was quite a grey day. And I don't think the lighting done this place justice. I think the camera's picking it up much better this time round. Although maybe I would advise against coming in July/August, because number one, it is hot. And number two, there's a lot of tourists and the prices ain't as great as they would be off season. These are the grapevines I was talking about, covering the Medina and keeping everything cool. And here we go, getting ready to take my photo. And as we can see here, almost everywhere we go there is a queue of people just waiting to have their photo taken. So there we are, that one's a free one. Lovely. So here we are, we're arriving at our next spot. Now this is my least favourite of the spots. Not saying it's not beautiful, I think it is very beautiful. But there's not too much going on in this, but when I looked this street up, this was a thing, this was a photo spot, so I thought, yeah, let's check it out. So here we are. I think the big sign, the advertisement for the restaurant, kind of ruins it. If this was all blue all the way up to the top, then I think the street may look a little better, but as I say, it's still a beautiful street. We don't have streets like this in Gibraltar or London, you know, so lovely little plant plots. It's the little attention to detail really that makes this such a photographic place. So here we are, coming up for my next photo. I don't have Instagram. We're finding a lot of these sites today. Come on, I think we're really close to the next one. Literally 5 meters away from location 5 is location 6, which is the paid side. This is probably the most famous photo set here in Chefchaouen. It's very clever this, because this is just done in someone's courtyard, and they do charge an entry fee, and it's always full of tourists. We went, I mean, the day has got on a little bit now, and it's more close to 4:30, so there's not too many tourists when we visit. But again, when we pass through at 11 or 12 o'clock the next day, there are just queues to get into every place that has been seen on Instagram or any other famous photo spots here in Chefchaouen. So here we are. Of course, I'm having my photo done, especially that because I'm paying for it. I didn't pay too much, it was only 40p. So here we are. I just want to show you guys the paintings that I keep talking about. They're absolutely fantastic. Absolutely beautiful to look at. And they are just literally on every corner of the city. But now we're going to make our way to a new photo spot that I discovered. I've never been to before previously, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I think you guys are going to be very impressed with this one. In fact, I would say this one is my favourite, 100%. It's so beautiful. It's decorated with the Berber hats. These are actually local Berber hats, worn by the people, the tribe from the mountains. And the Berber people can be found all over northern Africa. So you can pay. If you sit down, you have to pay. It's 5 dirhams again, 40p. But instead of that, we bought something from here, so we didn't pay that charge. But yeah, if you want to sit in one of the seats, the love heart seat, or there's another seat which we're going to see now on the other side of the courtyard, that's a 5 dirham charge. But instead we bought something that cost more than 5 dirhams, so I don't think they had a problem with us filming. This is absolutely stunning. As I say, my favourite photo spot in the whole of Chefchaouen. So we can see here, this is the other place you can have your photo taken and borrow the hat. 5 dirhams again, 40p. And also on the left hand side now you can see a donations box there, just for people if you want to take your photos in the middle and you want to donate to the neighbourhood. I mean, they take a lot of effort in making this place look so beautiful, so yeah, what is a couple of pennies really. So here we go, we're going to go for our next photo now. Absolutely fantastic. So that's it from the photo spots. I just want to show you this little staircase that I found. Again, you can take photos here, although I don't think it's a well-renowned Instagram site. Nevertheless, it is very beautiful, and it's new because it wasn't here the last time I came to Chefchaouen. I didn't take a photo here, I didn't pay any money, I just wanted to have a little look at the objects and the ornaments. So there we are. And this kind of staircase is very typical throughout the Medina and the city. So if you're someone who likes art and just likes looking at pretty things, this is definitely a place for you to visit. But as I say, the main message I want to take away from this, maybe avoid July and August as it was so hot. But one redeeming factor are these waterfalls that you can play in, and I'll leave you with that. So that's it from me here in Chefchaouen. We've done the photographical tour of all the sites that you need to see when you're coming here to take your pictures for Instagram or whatever social media sites you're using. So I'm going back on my summer holidays now. I'll be back on YouTube next week with some few videos from Gibraltar. But from now, until the next time, I'll see you on the next adventure.